everyone! This week I saw an article about FastCompany's design awards that they had for the year of 2023, and they've been doing these awards for the last 5 years-ish. These are called the Innovation by Design Awards, and they have lots of different categories that they cover. They have awards for artificial intelligence, experience design, fashion and beauty, and bio design. So they also have a category for accessible design, and this is the category that I'm going to show you today, so we can look at some current designs that are being recognized for accessibility design and what awesome things other people out there are creating. I've been researching all the companies that got awards, and it's been super informative to me to be able to see what other people are doing out there, and I've really just been enjoying it. I will be showing on the screen the websites as I'm looking at them, and I'll make sure to put them in the description below so you can go and look in more detail to see these links yourself. Alright, so the winner of the accessible design category was JanSport. It's a super popular backpack / bag company that creates backpacks that are pretty simple. I remember as a child having several that were JanSport brand. So they received their award for their adaptive collection, which includes 2 different types of bags, a crossbody bag and also a backpack. These are both made to be adaptable for people with wheelchairs specifically, and it also works well for people with a stroller, or it could work for someone in a walker. Perhaps it could work on a bike. So a big focus in their article is explaining that they worked with people who have disabilities to create this design, which I think is fantastic and definitely a crucial part of accessible design. They talked about how they want their backpacks to work for a wide variety of different types of wheelchairs, because some of them you would want to put on the back, some you would want to put in the front or on the side. They also wanted it to be able to be worn as a normal, regular backpack for people who use a wheelchair but also do some walking, and then that way it can be transformed into working for their wheelchair as well as still being a functional regular backpack. So as I was researching these bags, something that stood out to me was how cool it is that this mainstream bag / backpack brand is creating things that are adaptable for people with disabilities, and that way people who have disabilities can be having a trendy or a cool brand and not have to compromise by buying something that's not quite as cool or as exciting. And it just makes it so that they blend in more with their peers because they're using the same brand that people around them are using. A feature they added was using buckles that are very easy to take on and off. And this is going to help with people who have problems with dexterity or having mobility in their hands. They've also added a couple of colors so that people who want these adaptive bags have a variety of options to pick from instead of just having 1 or 2. So these 2 bags have more straps than a regular backpack would have, and this is so you can transform it into what you need it. If you're putting it on the back of the wheelchair, there's also a clasp put it on the back of your wheelchair so that it doesn't move around, but they also have a pocket in the back where you can slide in any of the straps that you personally don't need, so they're not dangling and hanging and hitting into your wheelchair or on your side when you're holding it on your back. So I went ahead and looked at JanSport's website to see what the pricing would be like. I was really hoping that these adaptive bags weren't going to be priced higher than a typical bag, because we want to make sure that products that we create for people with disabilities are accessible to people who are low income. Especially people with disabilities have a hard time paying for so many medical bills and so many things that they need for their disability. I was really hoping that that price point was the same, and they didn't disappoint, because the backpack is set for $70, which is a comparable price for any other backpack at JanSport, and then the crossbody bag is $35, which also is a similar price to some of the other crossbody bags. They have a couple of videos on the actual posts with these bags that show all the little adjustments that can be made with the bags, but I will warn you that the videos that I found didn't have any audio descriptions. Overall, I was very impressed with this design. However, I've never actually used it myself, so I'd be curious to look around and see if there's any reviews or people who have used them. I did do some digging and I saw some social media posts that show people talking about how they enjoy their bags, and I hope that this can really benefit a lot of people. If you or someone who you know has tried these bags. I'd love to hear in the comments what their experience with these bags are and if you think that they're a good design. Although the JanSport bags were the winner of the prize for the accessibility design category, there was many finalists that they put on their website that are definitely worth looking at, and so I'm going to show you those now. The first finalist that I'm going to show you is for the Kelsey Project. I'm going to show you their website. This is a project that I personally have never heard about, and I spent a long time researching it because I thought it was so interesting, and I really appreciate what they're doing for this project. So on their website, they say that they build opportunity through inclusivity, and they're pioneering disability-forward housing solutions that open doors to homes and opportunities for everyone. Now, we all know that the housing market is insane right now, whether you're buying or renting. And for people with disabilities, not only financially is it super difficult to be able to rent or own your own place, you need to be able to have a space that works for you and your needs. On their website, they quote that there are 4 million adults with disabilities whose sole source of income is supplemental security income, or SSI, and they are priced out of every housing market in the country, and that would be 125% of their entire income to afford basic housing. So the fact that this is 125% of their income obviously means that they wouldn't be able to pay for all their bills. So the Kelsey is a building that they created of apartments that work for people with disabilities, and instead of hiking up the rent and making it super expensive, they have funding and donations come in to make it so they can minimize how much they're charging people who have disabilities, and you can apply to live in their housing. And they created it from ground up, which means they're really able to use products around the house to make it more accessible for more people and cater things to a wide range of different disabilities. I found a really awesome video that the CEO put on the website where she explains the concept of the Kelsey house, and I will put it in the description below for you so you can watch that video as well. I highly recommend that you go watch that video to get more information on this awesome project. The next finalist is Presley's Place. It's a sensory room in the Pittsburgh International Airport, and this is a space that has multiple rooms where you can go in and decompress either before or after a flight to help you prepare, have a quiet place before you get onto your flight. It also has a room where it simulates what an airplane is like, so a person can kind of get familiar with that setting and feel like they're in that space before they're just thrown into an airplane. This was created specifically for a child who has autism, and I think this is such a great project. The airport can be such an overwhelming place. I've been to the airport so many times and just felt overstimulated. I hope that this concept rolls into more airports and other public buildings as time goes on. Also, this one, I found a really cool YouTube video where it's an interview of the person who came up with the idea, and so I'll leave the link for that below. Also, keep in mind it does show visuals of what it looks like. However, there is no audio description for this one either. The next finalist is Microsoft, and this is for their adaptable accessories. So recently they've came out with a mouse, an adaptive hub, and also adaptive buttons. And the cool part about this project is it has multiple pieces that can be removed and replaced with something else, so it's really customizable for your exact needs. And they also have a place on the Microsoft website where you can get something 3D printed for your specific needs, and that's just super cool that they've made it so easy for someone to order a product that will work for their specific needs. I will include their website about this project below so you can see more about this one. Alright, so that's all the finalists for this category, but they had a list of some honorable mentions. I won't be going over all of those with you today, but like I said, I will have it linked below so you can check those out. There was some pretty cool projects in that list, and I enjoyed doing some research on them. There was one on the list, however, that I want to point out. This is also done by Microsoft, and it's a project that's very near and dear to my heart because it's a toolkit created for designers like me and like you who can use this free toolkit to help us be able to design things for people with cognitive disabilities. Now, Microsoft in the past has already created one for in general for disabilities and kind of talking about inclusive design and an overall view of it. It's mostly centered on physical disabilities, and so they came out with this one about cognitive disabilities, and I'm super excited to read it and really start using it when I'm creating my own designs. And then outside the accessible design category, they have the fashion and beauty category. And the winner for that category, I wanted to show you what it was. I saw it when I was scrolling through and it made me super excited because it's something that I've always personally wanted and needed in my life. So the winner was an app by Estee Lauder, the makeup company, and it's a voice-enabled makeup assistant, and is created specifically for people with visual impairments and who are blind. It's an app that will scan your face, and it claims that it will point out places where you haven't blended things or you missed a spot, that kind of thing. So they're saying that because you can't see it, they will use their artificial intelligence to be able to help you do your makeup. This sounds crazy, but if it works, it sounds like it's an awesome product. So I definitely will be trying this one out, and maybe I'll do it in a video for you and we can see how this design really is. I could never cover all the products or the categories that they've created for awards, but go ahead and take some of your free time if you would like to check out the awards that were given. If you've made it this far in the video, make sure to comment below what was your favorite product or project that I showed here. I hope that you found this interesting and helpful. I hope that you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you in my next video.